Hi, in this video we'll see how to install Reactjs apps quickly using nodejs. So if you want to use Reactjs at the first time, you must install nodejs or yarn. So yarn is like another second way which you will find in the Reactjs website, or you can install Reactjs using nodejs. So if you have not understand nodejs or don't know nodejs, it's okay. All you have to do, just go to nodejs.org.en, the website. I will provide the link at the description of this video, and then you can install nodejs in your computer. So if you have a Linux based computer, then you can install 14.15.3. if you are watching the video in 2020 or maybe from this time, you can actually install it, and later version is this one, but recommended version is this one. If you have nodejs installed in your computer, you can go to the terminal if you have Linux operating system like me. But if you have Windows, then you have to open the PowerShell or Git bash, something like this, and then you will find the software there also for Windows other operating system, and then you can install it automatically. Nodejs website will show you this. Okay, so after you install nodejs, then you will actually have Chrome V8 JavaScript engine built on in there, and then you have the environment for nodejs. Then you can use Reactjs, and Reactjs is a library which can actually a bunch of code you can find there, and we'll see the short way how to install Reactjs. But first I'll check that I have nodejs or not. So I can write down actually node --version, and I see I have this nodejs. But when you install nodejs, we'll also have npm, so I'll check it also, and when I see this one, that means I have nodejs and npm installed already. So that's a good point. Now close it, and we will actually install quickly Reactjs apps using create React apps. So create a new React apps. There is many way you can do it, but the quickest and the short way is actually to install it using some toolchain or some packages, some nodejs packages, and then you can actually use all the code from Reactjs. So we'll use basically this one, create React apps. You can go their website, createreactapps.dev, and this website, let's see the website. So create React apps, this is just a some kind of, you can say, some kind of library or npm packages. After you install this one, and then you will have the environment to install React apps in your computer. So if you have want to make a new website, and if you already install this one, you can make many website based on this one, and it's absolutely free. So you can look into this one. That's actually, you can, by installing this one and making a React website, it's very quick, and you don't have much time to spend or create everything from the basic structure. So this will actually give you the initial structure after you install this one. And let's see how we will do this one. So I will provide also this link, and you can see this one if you go into documentation. So they have some quick start how to do this one. They write here npx create React apps my apps, but I will do it a different way. So what I will do first, let's assume that I want to create my first Reactjs apps, and go there. So I already have a folder called fast apps. You can create a new folder. The folder is empty, there is nothing, and now I will open the folder in Visual Studio. So you can open the folder in Visual Studio. You can open in a terminal, you can say code. So if you have Visual Studio Code, then you can, so Visual Studio Code is this one. If you don't know what is, if you have another editor or something else, not Visual Studio Code, it's absolutely okay. You can open the folder from any editor you have in your computer. So I open the folder, and then I don't need the terminal anymore. This is Visual Studio Code. It's a very free, and you can actually install it any computer you have. It's totally free. So you can go to Visual Studio website, just search in Google Visual Studio Code, you will have it, and then you see I will see the initial welcome screen. So I'll close it, and look at my fast app, it's totally empty. Now inside this folder, so fast app means my first website based on Reactjs. I'll install it using create React apps. So for this, what I need to do, I can open the terminal. So terminal, if you click in the terminal, you can also open this from this terminal, and you can also open this from here in the bash terminal from this folder. So you see the path, document React project apps fast apps. This is my path of this folder, and then I will install create React apps. So for this, I need to actually do two things. First thing, I need to install create React apps in my computer. So what I can do, I can actually install, I can write this code and then it will be also installed. If you just copy this and install it, npx create react apps my apps, or you can also, if you have already nodejs, you can install it different way. Like in this case, if I want to first maybe install create react apps, so I need to write npm create react app -g for global, and then install. So then they will install it. I can actually write this before create react apps. So globally create react apps will install for me. In my case I already install it. So in my case, if I already install it, then what will happen? Check, let me check it. So if I write create react app minus version, so I see 3.3.1, that means I already installed this one, that's why I have it. If you already did not install create react apps, all you have to do just increase this one. Let me show you. Like if you write npm, but what if I, before I install this, if I write down this code, what will happen? nps control C, and then I paste it, and you see you are running create react apps 4, which is behind the latest release. This no longer support global installation of create react app. Please remove any global install on the following command. So because this was my code for installing, so if I already install create react apps, then this I cannot actually write npx and something else. So in my case, what you will do, you will write down npm install, for I for install -g, and then you write create react app. So global means it will install in your computer. That means after you do this one, it will take little time. Later point, let me clear it first. So later, if you write create react -app, that means after you do the first command, the second command create react apps, then inside your computer you can actually create any React.js apps for your projects. In this case, my project, already I opened the project inside fast apps. So when I am already in the folder, then I don't have to write anything. If I write a dot after this, so if I click here, if I write a dot, they will install all the things I needed for React.js for me. But assume that I am not in this folder. So now I am in the fast apps, which is my folder name. But if I am not here, if I am in the cd dot slash, so now I am in React project tabs. So what is React? In the inside React project tabs, I have few folders, but I want to create a React apps inside this folder, fast app. And if I want to do this one now here, so I have to actually write down something like create react app. So this is the first way. And let's say I have here fast apps, product inventory, create readme.md, to-do list. Now I'll write maybe something else. I'll write maybe second apps. So this is maybe another website name I am creating. So create react apps will create this one. So they will create a folder. Inside folder they will create everything for me. And you see now they are saying creating a new react apps. Inside there installing a package or something, so it will install something for the create react apps on me. For now I'll just stop this because I don't want to do this one. I will show you how I will install create react apps inside fast apps. So let's write it again. You see already they create a folder for me, second apps, which is not necessary in my case. So I'll just go inside fast apps, and when I'm in the fast apps, then I can now again write down create react apps, but this time I will not say fast app. Why? Because I am already inside the fast app. So I have to just give the so I have to give something in this case. So I don't need to say the same name. If I say again fast apps, inside this folder they will install fast app again. So inside fast app, then I will have another fast app, so which is not a good idea. But if I write a dot, that means root. So root means this fast app, and they will install a React.js apps for me. So it will take little time, and when it's installing, we'll just minimize it little bit. and look at this part. So you see, when we are it's installing, first they install packet.json file, and then they will also have node modules file and everything is needed for React apps. And initially, after the installation finished, we need one command to start the React.js apps. Okay, so let's see this one. Takes little time. Okay, so now after installing finished, you can look into what happens. So after installation finished, we see the found 0. That means everything is installed correctly, and you see 118 packages are looking for funding. So this is actually a lot of dependency and a lot of file installed with React.js apps, a lot of nice templates. And after it's finished, we see npm starts, like how you can start the React for development server in the development, not in the production. So you can see this one for production, we will do later, like this kind of code. And go down. So we need to start React.js apps using, when we are inside the folder, we need to write npm start. So when you write npm start, in this point, if you write npm start and give enter, what will happen? They will go inside the folder and they will find packet.json file, and look inside packet.json file what we have. We have the name of the apps and some dependency. So this is a default dependency from React.js. You can see all of them: React.js, React DOM, React Script, Web Vitals. So all these are installed already. And then you can see here we have start script. So when you write npm start, they actually starting React script, and this React script is inside the node modules. So inside node modules, they have installed a lot of file for you. Everything is coming from React.js and his dependency, and they have already a script inside there, and so many dependency also with this. So you don't need to understand this initially, what is inside this packet.json. All you have to know that, okay, I can start a React.js apps by writing npm start. So when you click npm start, they will install start the React.js apps for you. You can look into the terminal what is coming. Come again here, starting the development server. So it's actually starting React.js apps for you, and it will take little time for the first time. Look at some points here. Localhost 3000. So by default, React is giving me this port number, localhost 3000. This is the default port number from React.js apps, and you see there is a logo which is just like circling like this way. It's coming from React.js apps. We have also favicon, and we see here React apps. You see edit, source app.js, save to reload. So that means they already give you a hints after you install this. So there you can actually see where we can change something from this file. So basically everything is inside a folder called source src, and then app.js file after you install this one. So if you go there, you will see that we have source folder, we have public folder, and many folders, but source folder is the main folder where you actually have this one. And this folder can actually you directly go there and change something. So inside source app.js, you can go again source app.js. So we are going there, and you will see that what we have here. So there you have some code of from React.js. We'll explain them later, but let's see this one where you can see this part, like edit, source, save to reload. Let's write something here and change it, or maybe after any place we can write anything. So there is a P for paragraph. If I write h1 here, what will happen? So h1 tag from HTML, I write something, I say okay, welcome to React.js, and then after you save it, then they will actually rerun it. So they're actually reloading it automatically, and you should see this message, welcome to React.js. And now you can actually decide what you will keep, what you will remove. So this is the initial part, how you install React.js apps. So this should be actually easy part. Sorry, so here you see welcome to React.js, and then this logo. You can remove it or change everything as you want it. So initially, after you install React.js, your target would be actually try to understand app.js, nothing more. So in the app.js, you see there what we have. We have something to import. So one is for the logo. This logo actually means this logo, what you see. You can actually see this where it's coming from. logo.svg file is coming from here. You see there is a css file, import app.css, so it's coming from this file. And then there is a function, so it's a React function and it's called functional components. We'll talk about components in the next video. And then you see there's a class name, two class names. So these class names are actually coming from app.css. And then there is a logo and some text. You can actually change the whole text as you like, because this is just some general text. You can say, okay, this is my first React app. And then there is anchor to have some connection or something like learn React or something. We don't need this. Let's remove it and look into our code how it looks like. So there's nothing. You say welcome to Reactjs. This is my first Reactjs apps. Okay, in the next video we'll talk about components and change everything we have here and make our own design and CSS and see what happens.